So Memengwaa, right now, as of the program itself coming up on its 5th year anniversary as well, operates transitional housing for our Indigenous youth in and from care. So right now we're working with youth between the ages of 16 up to about 26 in a range of ways. So we provide transitional housing. We have a resource center, so our resource center is open for our youth who live with us, but also for youth from the Southeast region who might not live in our housing but still need those supports. So that includes like basic needs, resources, shower, laundry, just coming to have a meal, being able to come use the computers and be safe somewhere for the day. So we have that here, and then we have a little bit of an outreach component, which is funded through End Homelessness Winnipeg, where our youth transition worker connects with youth living in the community to provide those transition supports wherever they're at in the community.
How did it become what it is today?
Yeah, so back in 2018, myself and one of our colleagues, Tyrone and I were hired to just start offering one-on-one supports to youth transitioning out of care to help prevent homelessness. And so it started with a team of 2 from the vision of our former ED and our current ED who had identified that there was a need for young people, young Indigenous youth, to have culturally based supports as they're transitioning to that more independent stage of their life. And so they had the vision to create that and were able to secure funding. Again, that started through End Homelessness Winnipeg to hire 2 staff and to start construction on our first transitional housing property. So for the first year, it was just Tyrone and I providing one-on-one work with our youth. We were both, had our little groups of youth that we were working with. And then we opened our first home in 2019. So that's Memengwaa House. And then we kind of expanded to a team of 5 around that time. And that's what we were doing for a few years, is mostly still working with youth who already exited care. And then, when would it be? 2021, I think, when we applied to open a bigger space. So that's our Nenukazis building right here. And now we're up to about 15 to 19 team members. And we have about 30 youth in our housing, plus all the youth that live in the community that still are connected to us and just come for programming or one-on-one supports. And so I think over the last 5 years, the program's grown a lot and expanded to meet the needs of our Indigenous youth wherever they're at, whether they're in care, whether they've exited care, whether they're 16 or 25, just trying to provide that support for them. Yeah, Memengwaa is the Anishinaabe word for butterfly, and I don't know who originally named the program. The program was named before I came here, but it was named Memengwaa just based on when we think about the butterfly and the cycle of transitions that butterflies go through, and how they cocoon and they're supported to grow and spread their wings and fly, and so that's where the overall program name is meaning. This building here on Alfred Avenue is Nenukazis, that's hummingbird, and it was named by Wally Chartrand, and so that little hummingbird teaches us about being vulnerable, but also being resilient, and just having the supports here in this place to support youth to see that in themselves too. So this space has its own name as a little hub under Memengwaa.